You guys want to see a show today? It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. All eyes should be over on GME at this time as this stock is trying to break this downtrend to bring in the hype, to bring in the momentum. I am not in at this time, but of course we will be watching this play to see if GME is going to get that breakout. Now, if it cannot break out, guess what we are going to see most likely again? We're going to be seeing another large pullback. So again, last time we came up towards around $95, $96, it couldn't break this downtrend, had the very large pullback. Right now, we're definitely seeing this play creep its way on up, and it's holding its gains pretty well right now. I want to see this thing explode a little bit harder, though. I want people to say, whoa, what is going on here? Whoa, look how fast this came. And we do know it's the break of the VWAP and, of course, the break of the downtrend, but we need to consistently move on up with volume. Notice, again, it's great that this buying volume just came through at what area, though? At the break of the downtrend. Right at the break of the downtrend, that's where the volume came through. So if you're in on this play, if you're not in this play, at least always understand that at that break of the downtrend, we could see a lot of big time hype and attention start pushing over on these plays. You might be saying, Deck, why didn't you pull the trigger on this play yet? I'm still, again, just so iffy on the stock, but obviously it's still trying to work its way on up. And right now, again, the stock is definitely trying to get that rip on up. Guys, I just pulled the trigger on it. I know it's a little bit late, but I'm going to pull the trigger on this play. On, again, GME, I want to see if we're going to get that Holt area on up. So I want to see if we're going to get that Holt area on up. I know, again, I bought a little bit late here. But again, I'm happy with, again, the entry that I have right now. Because if we do get that spike on up, do get that Holt, and that's what I thought. I thought the stock was about to get Holted right here. I'm going to give this a little bit of time. Right now, I'm in on this play at 104 and 35 cents. 104 and 35 cent cost basis at this moment. 900 shares at this time, looking for that next leg and looking for that break. So right now I'm down about 500 bucks, looking to go in the green. Come on, baby. We're moving over to the good side. We're moving over to the good side, baby. Whew. GME, come on. Let's see the stock start going on a breakout. What's the Holt area? Holt area at this time. Let's bring this over right here. LULD Holt area at this moment is going to be at around 109. 109, currently up $3,400 at this time. So again, GME, we're looking for the short squeeze. Looking for the short squeeze in this stock to be able to continue to move on up. Holt area at this time is 109 and, it's bouncing all over the place, 111 now. So again, I'm giving this a little bit of time. I'm up currently about $4,000 at this moment, looking for GME to try to move itself on up. So again, GME, come on, baby. Come on, baby. We want to see, again, GME get that Holt area, spike on up, get that spike, get that next leg. So this was a beautiful spike so far, beautiful climb so far. And again, I'm currently sitting with about a $4,000 profit, but I'm looking for that next leg. And again, this is one that could be, again, life-changing. Who knows how high GME can go? So GME, let's see if it can break through that 110 mark and just slowly and consistently move itself on up. So come on, GME, keep on going. Break through 110. It wants it. It wants that 110 break. Right now, I'm up $4,000 at this moment. And again, that 110 area is going to be that tough resistance line. Do I think it's going to happen? I do. There's the 110 area. Come on. We want to get one good Holt. One good Holt out of this play, of course, to be able to continuously push it on up. But I mean, right now, if it just wants to slowly and steadily continue to climb its way on up, I don't mind it at all either. So GME, don't listen to me, buddy. You're doing great. You're doing fine, sweetie. You're doing great, sweetie. So GME right now, you are doing absolutely great. Keep it up. Keep it up. No, coach, keep him in the game. He's doing great right here. So GME at this moment, this stock's still climbing. Currently up $7,000 off my 900 shares. So come on, GME. Oh my goodness, you're up to 113. I'm getting a little bit jittery over here. Just a little bit jittery. Come on, GME. Keep on going, baby. You're currently up to 114. Woo! Woo! Right now, again, GME still, again, getting a nice rip and run. We're currently up $9,000 at this moment. Now we're up towards 115. We're looking good here. The best thing about this, guys, how my emotions are in check. So GME at this moment, we're still watching this play. I'm going to, again, take my gain. Guys, I just took my profit. Just took my profit right here. I just locked it out. I just took it, team. I just took it. I want to be smart. I want to be safe. And I want to lead by example that you do not want to hold forever, hoping a stock's going to go up forever. So right there over on GME, I'll take a $5,153 gain right there. So again, great job, great work. Lock that one on out. right there, in at 102, in at 104, got out of this play at 110. $5,153. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Woo! So again, that's how we like to kick off our Money Monday. So again, GME team, make or break area right now. Corner of the bull flag, looking for that next leg. Corner of the bull flag, looking for the next leg right here. Is GME going to be able to make it happen? New high of the day, baby. New high of the day over on GME. Trend line still holding. Stock still good to go. Stock still looking pretty solid at this moment. Again, I was able to nail the big run-up, and that was the easiest bit of it when we had that run-up. We want to see again if GME, it looks like it may start getting another run-up pretty soon. So we kind of want to, we still haven't seen this play do what either. Kind of have that foomp, that crazy move, right? We have a great uptrend so far, but we still haven't seen that. Oh my goodness, it just got halted and just ran $10. Oh my goodness, it just got halted and just ran $10. We still haven't seen that absolute crazy short squeeze. We definitely saw the break of the VWAP right here, which is beautiful. And again, I want to make sure everyone understands why that stock broke that VWAP area. Is because, again, the stock broke the VWAP and also broke the downtrend. Remember how important that was, right, team? We talked about when we broke this downtrend, notice again the buying volume that came through on this play. Right, when we broke this downtrend, we saw that crazy hype and that crazy volume come flying on through. So again, that's what we really like to see, and that's what we like to look at. So we broke that downtrend, big buying volume comes on through. Now we have this uptrend we're trying to hold and look for, again, next new spiking highs. Next resistance line, of course, we need to break through is 125 so we can get back up towards 127. Right, so again, you guys can see, look how tight this is getting inside of that triangle. Look how tight this is getting inside that triangle. Make or break area right now over on GME coming on up here. And looks like it's going to get it here momentarily. Oh, it hit 127. There's a new high over on the stock. So again, this stock is really starting to pull a little bit. Trying to get a little bit more action towards this play. Guys, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm pulling the trigger, getting back in. I'm pulling the trigger, getting back in. I'm in on 600 shares this time. Pulling the trigger, I'm back in. Back in on this play with 600 shares because we just had a bull flag breakout, or again a squeeze breakout where I think that could lead towards a lot more buying volume coming on in. So I'm up another $1,200 right here. Let's see if this thing can push. So right now, again, the reason why I bought in right there is because we have another triangle. The moment I saw that triangle, that's where I wanted to jump in on this play. And right now, again, I'm currently up $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, another $2,000. Let's go. So notice I waited for the stock to get halted, to get into the squeeze because I knew that's where buying volume was going to move in on. We may get halted here soon. LULD's at 137. Come on, GME. Come on, GME. Let's get all the way up towards 137 now. So GME's trying to push. GME's getting some nice ripping and running towards this play. And right now, stock's all the way up towards around 137. 137.50, 130. Oh my goodness. Woo! Woo! So GME right now all the way to 139. 139.40, baby. And again, we are still rocking and rolling on this stock over on GME. GME right now looking for the 140 break. Halt area, I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see, is the LULD right here. So again, the LULD are currently up $11,000 on the day. Looking for, again, the stock to be able to break on up, and I'm going to lock out my profits. I took my profits. I took my gain. I made another $4,000 there. GME.
You like what you seen today? You like that, GME? Yeah, come over to my world, baby. We're taking over today.
So GME, let's get after it. Let's get after this stock today, baby. So right now, GME, we're looking for that possible next leg. And again, all I did on that stock, if you are looking for this play, is we are seeing a squeeze at this triangle. And the moment we see the squeeze, right, get this triangle, that's the moment that we see the big buying volume come on through. So it's all about looking for the breaks of resistance and squeeze setups that are going to lead towards next legs. So again, what did we have the first time? We had the break of the downtrend. We broke this downtrend, massive buying volume came in. Then I noticed that we have top resistance, and I said to myself, hey, you know what? The squeeze in this triangle, that's where, again, we get our next leg and our next rip on up. So again, right now, currently up $9,000 on GME, took my profit, and again, we're going to continue to keep crushing this, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is I always say, it's not about me here. It's about you. right? I want to make sure, again, you guys are coming out on top. You guys are profiting. So make sure you guys, again, I want to see, my goal today is everyone in profits, chat. That's my goal. I want to see 699 profits today. So GME right here, I think it's going to have to break that 150 mark, and I think it will break that 150 mark. So I think GME, I would like to try to get this play back down towards the trend line, but this stock right now, as you can see, is still just holding that uptrend. Still just holding that uptrend, still looking pretty good at this moment. And I always want to try to buy at the breaks of resistance where I know buyers are going to try to move in. The tricky thing is when we take a look at this play over on GME is this going to be able to continue to move on up? Like, is it going to hit 145 and then come back down, or is it going to hit 145 and go right up to 150? That's the hardest part of this trade. I think GME is going to get up towards 150 no matter what, but we obviously don't want to be putting ourselves in the red beforehand. Starting to get a little bit more hype towards it, ladies and gentlemen. Stock's getting a little bit more hype. It may squeeze itself soon where it actually does get that hold. Notice again, we're up towards, again, 148 at this moment. Now, again, it's starting to push itself on up a little bit more, up towards around 149. So the stock is definitely starting to squeeze itself where we are starting to get that possible breakout soon. So just be ready for that one over on GME. 149, and then it's probably going to shoot right up towards around that 150-ish mark. What do we got up to? 149 so far. 149.16. Oh, it's like I want to pull the trigger so bad, guys. I just don't want to take a loss. So notice how this one keeps on going right here. Looking for that 150 break. 149.80. Can I get some sort of pullback? And this is kind of like the thing that I was talking about. It's like we want to buy it, but we don't know if it's just going to go straight on up or if we're going to get this big time drop back down first. So I'm going to hop in. I hopped in, guys. I just jumped in at the exact area of 150. I am in at the exact area of 150 because I think it's going to keep spiking. As I said, I think it needs to get halted before the stock drops. Before this one drops, I think it needs to get halted. Halt area is at 157 right now. We just broke through 150, strong resistance. I'm back in with 600 shares. Currently up $2,600, $3,000. Now again, GME is still trying to spike its way on up. We're looking for the hold. Deck, why'd you buy in? Because again, we broke 150 natural resistance. I'm currently up another $4,000 at this time. GME trying to run up. This is where again the stock may get halted soon. So GME, the stock may get halted soon. I am going to sell before the halt. Why? Because I don't want to get stuck in it if the stock drops after the halt. So I'm going to go 159 plus. Sell. I'm out, baby. I'm out. GME, $14,660 in the bank. You guys want to see a show today? It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. We got big things coming up. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got the final rose on The Bachelor. And then on top of that, we got GME all day today, baby. Let's keep it going. So again, right here, took that profit right at the top area. I sold at 159.18. Why did I sell at 159.18? I hit the exact high of the day. 159.18 is the high of the day. I market ordered out at 159.18. The exact high of the day was my exit. The exact high of the day was my exit right there. That is perfect. Now, why did I do that? I did that because I saw that the halt area was coming on up. I said that this stock most likely is going to need to get halted for it to reverse. So I was going to sell at the halt price because even if it did get halted, I wanted to get out of this stock right as this stock was about to get halted because I was nervous if it did get halted, it was going to drop on down. So right when I saw that price hit, I sold. And guess what? That's where I was able to make this gain. That's where I was able to make this profit. And I just finished off with one of my biggest gains in 2021 so far, $14,660 in profit. Let's take GME from point A to point Z, 1 to 100, and let's just break down GME fully. Okay, so let's just have a great understanding on how GME made the move it did, what happened here, so we can completely gauge what was going on. And I'll also tell you guys again exactly how I was able to sell at the area I did. Okay, so let's do this together. So when I woke up this morning, the number one stock we wanted to look at was going to be GME, right? We have our morning newsletter that we send out every single morning to everyone, going over everything. And we said Sean Deckmar's watch list. We have GRTS, GME, EXPR, AUPH, WPE, POLA. Stocks with no news worth watching. You know, GME was one of those. Friday's top gainers, GME was one of those, right? So again, GME, this was definitely one of those plays that we 100% want to keep our eyes peeled on. Why did we want to keep our eyes peeled on it? Because on Friday, this stock did what? Went all the way from $39, spiked all the way up towards around $77. So we went from, again, that $39 mark all the way up towards around $77. And to be honest, there was no news. There was no credibility. There was no reason behind this. If you looked at all the press releases this morning, and again, there's going to be a ton of them right now because the stock is still skyrocketing. You know, GameStop soars to fresh record highs as Jim Cramer sees definitive short squeeze. So again, that's really big. 2 hours ago, GameStop soars 50% as massive short squeezes forges ahead. So the big thing we need to ask ourselves at this moment is, what is a short squeeze? And what happened so far on GME to make it go from $42 all the way to $150? Now, we do have lessons on this over in the video library around lunch hours or tonight. If you guys want to head over to the video library, you can see this lesson right here that says, what is a short squeeze? Click this lesson, check it out. This is extremely important to your trading because it's going to help you really get a better understanding because it's a 30-minute long lesson. Now, right now, GME just came back and is live. We are going to continue to watch this play to see if it's going to be able to get this big spike on up. But the reason why GME was able to get this big rip and run is that short squeeze. And just like I've shown you guys in the past, and just like when you think about stock trading, how does a stock move up? A stock moves up because people buy it. If I buy a stock with 1,000 shares, it may not move up a lot, but it goes like this. Eat. And let's say again, you buy it. It goes eat. And let's say again, 20 people buy it. Well, then it moves up a little more. Let's say 1,000 people buy it. Well, it moves up a little bit more. Let's say again, 10,000 people buy it. Well, again, it moves up a little bit more. Stocks only climb from people buying them. That's the only way they go up. Stocks only climb from people buying them. So when we look at this right here and look at GME, everyone's dumping this play right now. Look at GME, everyone's selling this play at this moment. Why do stocks go down? Stocks go down when people sell them. When, again, a stock starts getting uglier and lower and lower and lower, what's happening? Everyone's selling their shares. But there's another reason on why a stock would go up, aka a short squeeze, that you may not be aware of. Well, as you know, we have longs in the market and we also have shorters in the market. Now, to get out of a long position, when you buy it, you sell it. But to get out of a short position, how do we get out of there? We have to buy the shares back. So instead of buying and then selling, we're actually selling here and then trying to buy lower back to be able to make our profit. So when you short the stock, you bet that the stock is going to be going down. As the stock climbs, if a stock is climbing, and you short the play, let's say you short it right here, right? You say you short it right there. Well, what happens if the stock keeps on going? If the stock keeps on going, it moves on up, you get more nervous, you cover your position, let's say right here. But this is opposite of going long. So what you do is when you're selling the stock, you actually have to buy the shares back. And I know that's where it gets a little confusing with shorting, because usually when we buy a stock, it moves up a little bit. And when we sell a stock, it moves down a little bit. But in shorting, right, when we short the stock, where we get into the play, right, we have to sell the stock a little bit. And when we get out of it, it actually moves up a little bit. So what happened here on this play when they say there's a massive short squeeze is that so many people were shorting GME that once the stock started getting this big spike towards it, every shorter was getting out of their position. So let's say, again, we have the stock at this moment moving on up. Let's say, again, we see the stock, move on up right here and we hit this high, and then we get a ton of shorters say, okay, this is the high. Everyone go short this. So all these little red marks right here are going to be hundreds of thousands of people shorting it. That's them betting that the stock is going to fall. Now let's say the stock, again, consolidates and U-shapes its way back on up. What's going to happen to the majority of these shorters? They're going to say, oh my goodness, the stock's about to break on out. Oh my goodness, the stock is starting to move on up and it starts hitting a new high. All these shorters have to get out of their positions. So how do they get out of their positions? They buy back the shares they shorted. So imagine now everyone who shorted this play is now buying back their shares. Well, what does that lead the stock to do? Massive spike on up, massive breakout, massive rip, massive run. So this right here, guys, this spike that we're seeing at this moment it could not even be from people actually just buying shares. Like, let's say I'm not even a shorter, and this stock could spike this big just from shorts covering. But why did the stock go on a $150 climb? Because not only is it shorters getting out, which is making the stock go up even higher, but now it's also just random traders who see that the stock's gone up $50 all the way to $150 that are all saying to themselves at this point, oh my goodness, I'm going to buy in. And then again, we see more, and then we just see regular buyers buy in. More buyers move in, more buyers move in, more buyers move in. Then we have more shorters getting out, more shorters getting out. Then we have, again, more buyers moving in as the stock moves up higher, more shorters getting out. Then again, we see, again, more people get a little bit more confident, right? And what do I mean by get a little bit more confident? Where maybe we start seeing, again, massive buy orders, but as the stock starts going up even higher, right, what do we start seeing as well? Well, we're going to start seeing people start shorting it once again, thinking that this is going to be the high. And then guess what? Right when it's not the high and keeps on going, well, now again, they got to push the stock up even higher because now they're getting out of it. They're like, oh my goodness, it's still going up higher, which makes the stock go up even higher again. So this was all just based off momentum right here. This was all just based off, again, a crazy momentum, crazy high, crazy spiking. And this really just led to shorters having to get out, pushing the stock up even higher. And then, of course, seeing the stock just go on this massive rip, massive climb as shorters got out and more buyers moved on in. And that's the crazy thing about this play. That's why, again, there was so much crazy action, so much crazy hype, and so much momentum behind the stock. So when we take a look on GME, how was I able to get in at the area I did? Why did I get in at the area I did? Now, here's again my complete P&L. You can see the exact time, how I got in, what stock, how many shares I bought and sold. Now, everything I did right here was a market order. I market ordered in, I market ordered out. I market ordered in, I market ordered out, I market ordered in, I market ordered out. So you can see buy, sold, buy, sold, buy, sold. So you can see everything right here. My first entry on this play was at 104, and then I also got in a little bit more, 100 shares at 102. I sold those at 110. Then again, I got in a little bit later at 128, and I sold those shares with 600 shares at 135. Then again, I bought in a little bit later at the price of, again, 150, and I sold at 159.18, which was the exact high of the day right there. So again, that was very great to do. Now, how was I able to do this? Well, let's break this stock down again. So when I woke up this morning, I saw GME just hovering around the price of, what was it? It was like $95, came back down to $88, came up towards $100, back down to $90, up towards $100, back on down towards around $85. So again, it's like GME was basically just hovering inside this about $20 channel. Little bit big, right? Don't get me wrong. It's about a $20 channel. But the big thing we noticed about this morning was what? The big thing that I want you guys to realize was the downtrend that was forming. And this is how I knew where we should be looking to buy. Notice, team, when we have a downtrend form, we have our top, it drops on down. Tries to break it a little bit again, couldn't do it, came back up, hit the top, came back on down, came back on up. Finally, we got a big breakout. So again, connecting the highs, the time it tried to spike, and again, that high is going to be one high, which is right here. So that's one high right there. And then again, what we have is another high right here. This area, we connect these 2 points, we can see that's a downtrend, right? If you wanted to, and you have a little bit of a different downtrend, and let's say again, you're connecting all these lines right here, and you're saying, okay, that's the downtrend, that's 100% acceptable as well. You can either connect the 2 highs right here, or again, if you want to kind of have a little bit more clarity, connect all the pre-market highs, as that forms a nice downtrend all the way across the board. So this is going to be our downtrend. And the main goal we always want to see is a break from from the downtrend on one side to the other. Notice how GME still crashing all the way on down. So just like I show you guys with, of course, uptrends, the moment we have an uptrend, when we go from bullish to bearish, we also, again, see the stock get a very nice dump. Bullish to bearish, very nice dump. Bullish to bearish, very nice dump. Bullish to bearish, you see a lot of selling volume. Same as that concept when you go from the bearish side. Obviously, we're on the downside of this trend line right now, and all we have to do is get to the upside. So right now, of course, what do we have here? We have this complete anything from this side or lower. Anything from this side or lower is going to be bearish, okay? Where we need to see buying volume move on in is going to be up here where we have bullishness. So until it breaks through this blue line, is it worth getting involved in? Not at all. But notice what eventually happens. We do break through this blue line. And the moment we break through this blue line is the moment this stock starts getting that hype. Is the moment this stock starts getting the momentum, is the moment that this stock starts taking on off. So we break through this line, boom, we take on off. Now I will be the first one to say, I hesitated, right? I hesitated. I was late. I was late in the game here. GME went from $95 and ran all the way up towards $104 before I bought in on this play. Deck, why didn't you buy at $95, $96, $97? It's just because I second guessed myself a little bit, right? I second guessed myself. I said, hey, break of the downtrend, this stock is going to take on off. I saw 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, and I was like, all right, I got to pull the trigger, right? So I pulled the trigger on this play, little bit of a pullback, this red candle, and I added more towards it. Why did I do that? Because again, I had to stick to the game plan. So the stock broke this downtrend, went on this massive spike already, and even going from $94 towards $105 is an amazing spike to begin with. Then what did we start seeing? We saw this stock again break through 105, went on this great spike to 116, large red candle. That's where, again, I locked in my gains. I saw that large red candle and I said to myself, hey, this may be the top. Let me be smart here. So I locked in around 110. Then I saw the stock do what? Start creeping its way back on up. Now, this is, again, probably my favorite entry of today. This is probably my favorite entry of today at 128. Why was this my favorite entry at 128? Because if you guys can't see this, we actually have a bull flag setup, where a bull flag is where we have a big spike to start off. Here's our big spike. We have a higher low, and then we have right here a very strong resistance line. So again, big spike, higher low pattern, stock is squeezing as it comes up towards its top resistance, and look at this, guys. Now we have our bull flag pattern set up. So where did I buy the stock? I bought it once I saw the stock break through that bull flag pattern, right? So right when I saw the stock break through the bull flag pattern, that's where I said to myself, hey, that's worth an entry. So again, we have a bull flag pattern right here, and we also have the bull flag pattern as well right here. This is why it's so crucial to know your bull flag patterns, because the moment you see a squeeze and these triangles, that's where, again, you could get the next leg, next rip, and next run. So, I mean, even if you wanted to just continue out this whole entire trend line right here, that's absolutely fine. And again, look at the squeeze in the corner. If you bought in on this bull flag pattern, which again, I believe was actually my entry, excuse me, where did I get in on the second time? I bought in on this play at 128. Yes, excuse me. So again, I bought in right here, right at 128 on the bull flag pattern. This stock had a bull flag pattern right where I'm showing you right here, and also has a bull flag pattern right here. Regardless, notice the pop. Notice how it went from 115 all the way up towards 127. There's a $12 spike right there. Or if you bought the bull flag pattern right here, it went from 125 all the way up towards 140. I went from 128 to 135. Then I saw the stock doing what? Guess what happened, team? Another bull flag pattern. Where what do we have? We have the stock on a nice spike. We have, again, higher lows. Stocks gets into that corner. Look at that right there. Boom. Stock took on off. Deck, why did you buy at 150 on the dot? Well, just because I saw that 150 obviously is always going to be a strong resistance line. With the stock moving up in such a strong manner, we did not have our giant overextended move yet. And I know you might be sitting here and you might say, overextended move? What are you talking about? The stock's gone on a ginormous climb so far. And what I mean by this is a lot of times, guys, on breakouts is you'll have a slow and steady uptrend where, yes, you'll have little pullbacks. But then there's usually a point in a stock where all of a sudden, let me redraw this a little lower, where all of a sudden you'll see, foomp. And once you get that ginormous rip on up, that's usually where you get the ginormous crash back on down. So what I was saying during this trade is GME, and GME just came back and is live right now. We'll keep it on watch. GME, this was a play that I said to myself, we need this overextended move, and we haven't had it yet. So why did I pull the trigger at 150? Because I thought, hey, at the break of 150, we could see that big overextended move. We've had 3 large green candles, break of 150, we could see a nice rip, and it ripped $10. So why did I sell? And how in the world did I sell at the exact high of the day. How was I able to do that? The big thing was, team, I saw the stock getting an overextended move. I look at the level 2, and we already discussed that the LULD on the level 2, I know it's moving pretty quick right now. Let's just go to a different play, such as like BB. The LULD is at 20, where is that right here? 2049. So that means if the stock spikes to 2049 on BB, it's going to get halted. It has to go all the way up to 2049. If it ever dropped to 1676, it would get halted on the downside. So GME right here, notice what's happening. GME is having a lot of great buying volume at this moment. This stock, where would it get halted at? Well, let's take a look. GME would get halted at this point. Doesn't have a halt area at this moment. You can see it's at what, 999,999,000. So right now GME doesn't have a halt area. But most times it's not going to be like this. Most times it's going to tell you and show you exactly where the halt area is going to be at. So GME at this moment, of course, taking a look, and you can see the halt area actually just came in, is at 113.16. So again, you see LULD 113.66 right here. What I saw was that GME's halt area was right in the 159 region. Okay? I saw that GME's halt area was at the 159 region. And what was the picture I just drew out? That once the stock gets overextended, that's usually where the stock will get halted and then dumped on down. So we see again, uptrend, 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 big spike. When it usually gets halted here is where the dump comes on down from here. So once I saw 159, I didn't want to get caught up in the halt even if it happened, because some people say, well, what if the stock gapped up? You know, you could have made a lot of money. But I just wanted to take my gains. So all I did once I saw 159, I clicked sell. Nothing special. GME, I had a market order, was at what, 600 shares, I believe. And all I did was click sell once I saw 159 up here on GME on the last trade. I got out, and I was the last order at the highest of the day right there at 159.18. From the moment that it came up towards 159.18, that was where the halt area was supposed to be. The stock didn't get halted, but had a massive drop until it got halted. So I always like to understand we have uptrends. And once an uptrend gets overextended, you want to see that play get halted or, again, be able to spike up towards that halt area. You have two options at that point. You can either A, hold through the halt, which means, again, get in the halt, have a gap up, and then look to sell. Or, again, if you see that the stock's really overextended, sell at the halt, because that's usually where, again, the stock's going to start turning back around. So GME, that was my game plan. I said, hey, I'm up $14,000 on the day. I really don't need to, again, hold this to possibly get caught up in a 30-minute halt or so and then possibly have a huge gap down. Let me take my guaranteed profits. So, again, that's why I took my profits at 14 grand, and then from there, the stock has been dropping ever since. So it's been a crazy morning of just GME action. It's been a crazy morning, and you guys can still, again, make some profits over on GME. It's a stock that gave everything back. Notice how low it came down to. Exactly where I had that blue line. Rewind this again, about 5-10 minutes ago when I had this blue line. You're looking for a bounce off the low of the day, 85 all the way up towards around 107. But now the VWAP's going to be holding up as a strong resistance line. So what an incredible play. So much fun. So much action on this stock. And again, it just fires me up to be able to, make these profits. So again, GME, here's my full P&L, $14,660 profits, sold at the very high, at the peak right there. Was able to absolutely crush it. So much fun and so great to be able to see. On top of that, guys, what's my goal? My goal is not for me to go ahead and make profits every single day. My goal is to make sure you guys are making profits every single day. So what do you guys got here over in Profits Chat? I always get so excited. We got Scott with 110. We got AK47 with $1,000 in total. Nice work. Savage in the Box, 825. There's my P&L right here. Rona making 1,065. Kegel Stocks making $1,800 from 130 shares. Amazing job. Billy Trades, $1,100. Amadisa going from 10K to 73,000. Woo! Amadisa, geez Louise. Builder Guy, $4,634. His biggest trade ever. Shout out to you. The Sky, 130. AK47, quick $400. Decent Hair, 3,620. Philip making 648. Percy Trades, $12,000. Garth getting after it. Jay, $107. Flying the Wall, $250. Adam T, right now, again, amazing work with your trade. Amazing jobs is 900 $9,000 on the short side, $100,000 day. So, I mean, guys, mind-boggling numbers right here. So, again, Treetop Josh making GME $1,000. I'm stuttering, guys. I feel like, again, I can't even keep up right here. Twig, $1,100. Brewer, $1,000. H-Town, Percy Trades, Fubu. Again, amazing work for everyone. Shout out to you guys. So happy to see you guys absolutely banking. So, congrats to all the traders over in Profit Chat today. You guys absolutely, again, deserve those gains, and we'll see what's going to be coming on up next. But again, being able to make $14,000, not only, again, within a 9 to 5 period stretch, but again, how long did I trade today? I started my trades at the time of what? Time is 10:17, and I sold it at 10:47. That's the beautiful thing about stock trading. I worked 30 minutes today, $14,660, all live streamed, alerted in real time. Tradecaster.com. Doesn't get any better, ladies and gentlemen. So as always, thank you so much. And again, absolutely awesome. If you have any questions, please let me know. Amazing job today. So pumped for all the traders who banked today. Awesome work. Ahoo! So